So, a big part of Amazon is learning how to read the data and determine what products we should end up buying. A lot of people struggle with just finding their first profitable item, so that's what we're going to cover in today's video. So, my first $300,000 in sales was done in my first year on Amazon, and this was all done through a method I'm about to show you in a couple minutes here called reverse sourcing. So before we actually get into the real strategy of the business, what I want to talk about is just some of the key things I look for before I even look for a product. So one thing I'm looking for is I'm making sure that on this right-hand column here, I have a competitive BSR. So what you guys can see right here, this 15K BSR being a 1,000 or a 1% rank is how well this product's selling on Amazon. Generally, you want to keep your BSR below 2%. So you don't want to sell things that are 3, 4, 5% in BSR because it means it's going to sell less times a month. Another thing I'm looking at is I'm looking for a key indicator of how much times it's selling a month right here. So we can see this product's selling 300 times a month. And we can also verify that once again with the actual listing on Amazon. Right here, Amazon's going to tell you directly how much a product sells a month. And we can see on this listing, they're telling us this product sells 300 times a month. So we don't have to go back and double check that. So the reason I'm using SellerAmp is because I use it as a profit calculator and it can tell me exactly what I need to buy a product for before I even start looking for it. So we know for this item example, we need a max cost of $22.28 and that hits our minimum threshold of a 35% ROI and above a $2 profit. So with Amazon, you really want to try not to sell anything that's less than 25% ROI because you don't give yourself any room for any price tanking that might happen just in case Amazon were to lose any inventory or if your refund rate was a little high on this product. You want to make sure you have a little bit of wiggle room just in case something happens and you can sell through your products at a profit. Now, a lot of people, when they get into the actual sourcing part, you don't actually start from a warm lead, which is something you guys might hear me say all the time. I say you have to start from a warm lead because if you start from a cold lead, which means you have no idea where somebody found the product, such as this one, you don't know what models they're going to be running. So we have to find where this product is coming from. And I already pulled this up for you guys so you guys can see that firsthand. So the first thing you would do is you could pull this up on SellerAmp, full page it, and you can see all the other details about this product, such as the profit calculator to see how much you're making exactly, your ROI, your margin, your estimated Amazon payout. You can see the competition on the listing, who else is selling this product just by hovering over. And then you'll also see the total data behind this product, whether that's the price, whether that's the monthly sales, so how much times it's selling a month, or the offer count, how many people are on the listing at any given point. And then right here, you can see on my screen right in the middle, we have this chart right here. This is going to be the buy box. So it's telling you the rotation between sellers within this last 90 days. And I can change it for the 30 days, 180 days. It just helps me get a good idea of who's winning the buy box, how much is it rotating, and is this something I could see myself winning. So now we'll dive into just Google searching this product and finding it for that max cost or anything less than that. So when we Google search this product, you see it comes from a couple places, one of them being the brand directly. So you could click on the brand's website and you can see for this particular product, it's the Tilly's Treasures. It's a 4-ounce thing right here. And what we're doing is we see they have different quantities. So this is a big part of website stacking and making sure you're running a good margin. So on this first one, only one bag, you're paying $14. On 3 bags, you're paying $40. And then on 6 bags, you're paying $77. So you're saving a lot per bag, $2.50 per bag here and $4 per bag here. So the pricing is a lot better with the volume discount, and that tends to be a lot for these websites in general. Places where the products are coming from the brand's website exclusively, they sometimes have that pricing difference where if you buy more, they'll give you a bigger discount. So this is one thing we're going to use, and we'll stack this with another feature. There's 2 things I always want you guys to be doing. One, I want you to always check how much cash back you're getting on a website. For this website, if we use an extension called Rakuten, which is this website right here, you're getting 5% cash back on this website, which means right here, you're literally just getting 5% back on whatever you spend. The only exclusion is cash back is not available on gift cards or purchases made with a gift card. So you can't buy anything with a gift card on this website and get cash back. But if you use a credit card, you could get the cash back on this item. The other thing to do, which is kind of combined into 2, is always scouting the website for a discount. If you are at a price point where you're close to finding a profit and you just need a little more, scouting to find a discount is going to be the way we make or break the margin. So one way to do that is using this extension right here, Cooper, where it'll show you a list of extensions on the side that you can then go through and try to see if these work and can help you get a bigger discount. So for example, right here, we see there's a 25% off if you use this newsletter coupon, which is actually the one we're going to look for in a second here. But another way way to find the hidden coupons and potentially something better to use is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, a lot of these websites have a couple panels. So they might have an affiliates panel, they might have a referral panel, a discount maybe for students, or if you have military, maybe it's a military discount, some sort of discount going on. And then most websites will have a sign up coupon. So right here, we can see Dr. Marty has a 25% off sign up for newsletter coupon. So you sign up for that newsletter, you get 25% off that you can add to your order. Now this 25% off is stackable with this bulk buy of 6 bags. So that's what we have up right here. So you see if we go to the checkout, it is stackable. We have newsletter 25. We're taking these 6 bags for $77.70. With that discount, we're getting it for $58.27. So with $58.27, we take this back over here. $58.27 divided by 6, because you're going to be buying 6 bags. But Amazon has a 2-pack, so you would multiply this by 2 because you need that to sell it. And then right here, we can see at the moment, we're buying it for $19.42, not including the 5% cash back you can make from Rakuten. And the other offers are selling this for $40, $42, $43. So you have a great price point. You have a great profitable product. Now that you have your first product that you can buy, you can expand on it in 2 different ways. Now, before we expand on this product, I just want to show you the potential behind items like this. All you need to do is find a few items like this every month, and then you will start seeing results and seeing money flow in. Every time I have a student that finds a brand that they can take advantage of in multiple ways, they start growing their storefront at a pretty efficient rate. So for this product example, let's say you only buy 40 units. It sells 300 times a month. You're taking 40 sales a month. You'd be sending $700 a month and you'd be making $300 a month. So it's a pretty good return on investment for what you're making. And you can see right here, profit margin, you're running a 20% profit margin, which is ideal. This is an ideal scenario for a new seller and even experienced seller. Like the average margin you want to run on Amazon is a 15 to 20% margin. So right here is a perfect candidate for a product that I would add to my storefront and continue to restock. Now, diving into the actual expansion portion, what we're going to do is start reverse sourcing. Reverse sourcing is literally just taking these storefronts right here, which are sellers, and then seeing what other products they offer. So if we click on this person right here, we're going to see what other products he offers. We can see he's actually primarily just selling Dr. Marty's right now. HN Commerce. All he has is other Dr. Marty listings that you can now go look at. So this would have dived into the part where we say do a brand search, where you can go on Keepa, another software I use. I have a video on that for you guys, where you do a brand search, which just points out every other listing on here that the brand themselves has on Amazon. So Dr. Marty doesn't have just this listing. They have all these ones as well, which this seller is taking advantage of. And then in terms of other products he only has 1 item. Not really worth the time. I mean, we could take a look at this real quick. See where he's getting it from, potentially $12. So with this one, I don't want to go verify the website just yet. So I'm going to move on from this right now. But if you were to find that, you would just want to verify the website for any websites you haven't heard of, especially if they aren't coming directly from the brand. So look at Froggy's, whatever this guy's name is, Froggy Kids. Froggy Kids is selling a bunch of Doc Marty listings. He has some Fujifilm, some Trilux, and some Jockey. So if we just try to take a look at some of the products he's selling, what we would do is we'd try to Google search them and see if we can actually find them at a profitable price point. So what we're looking at is this product right here, 8 ounces, Supreme Styling Cream. So Supreme 4-in-1 Hydrating Cream. Let's see if this is the same exact product. Right, let's look around and see if we can find the exact same. So Curl Enhanced Styler, Supreme Styling Cream. We're gonna have to go through and compare some examples here. Curl Enhanced Styling Gel. 4-in-1 hydrating cream. So let's go to this one. This is actually the accurate one. 4-in-1 hydrating cream, and there's a 20% off on a $22.99 buy cost. So what we would do is take this $22.99 and then take that 20% off. So $22.99 minus 20%. So now we have 11% ROI, and now this product itself is not a profitable price point just yet. So what we want to do is use something like Cardbear, where we could go and take this. We were buying it from Walgreens. So right here, we can get 12% off on Walgreens. You can go to Card Depot and get 12% off, which will make this thing profitable. So like this is a big thing that we can talk about. Just you leveraging gift cards can make so many items profitable to the point where you can now buy it and other people will look at this product and be like, how did he make that profitable? So 12% off right here, we can take that off the whole entire buy cost now and turn this item into a profitable item. So taking off that 12%, now we're making $4.29, 26% ROI, and this product sells 300 times a month. And you can see it's properly branded right up here. So the brand is Trulux. This is Trulux Cream. So this is a perfect example of a product that you could now look at, try to restock and buy and make some money on it. Now, here's what I want to say really quick. So here's a great example of something that currently does not have a buy box. So right now you can see this product Trilix Cream. It says high price. So whenever someone talks about a buy box, they're referring to that add to cart button right now. So on this example right here, we have that add to cart button. It's right here. You can click that. But on this one, we do not, which means it's a suppressed buy box. So if we go back to the chart right here, actually, I'll show you guys on Sellerama because I know some guys get this confused. If we go to right here, we can see in the last 18% of this buy box in the last 30 days was suppressed. So whenever you see that suppressed sign, that's what it means. There's just no active buy box, but that doesn't mean the product can't sell. So right here, we can still see that it sells 300 times a month, but this isn't completely accurate because it has that suppressed buy box. So we'd go to the data section, we go to the offer section, and we look specifically at these sellers and look at their actual stock history. So for this person, we can see that his stock is staggering down. So this is their history report. We can see back on July 20th, he staggered from 20 down to 1 unit within 6 days. So this is a good way to determine how much a product's selling, and then you can make the judgment on how much you want to buy. Now, another opportunity to do with this product is you could take it and start reverse sourcing it as well, or do a brand search on it. So you always have those two options no matter what, which is why I always like to touch back to that point. Now, I have a framework video where I take things like this and I go way more in depth. It's like a 20-minute video. It's going to be in my YouTube if you guys want to go check it out. One thing I do want to say is if you guys are starting to source products and you are still struggling, if you don't have that framework mastered, or if you don't have a strategy that you're running and you're just kind of going about it sourcing products, you're not going to see a whole lot of success within the business. My best students, which I'll pop up right up here, just a bunch of student results, all of them started with a framework and they had a strategy coming into Amazon, or at least they did by the time they joined the mentorship. So that would be my one piece of advice for you guys. Have a framework that you master and you will start seeing success and growth within your Amazon business. And if you guys are looking to join the one-on-one community and get coached by me one-on-one, all you have to do is just go apply in the link below. See you guys later.